Alright guys, I'm trying something a little different today and making a tier list. What is this tier list about? It is going to be the best games from 2014 to 2020. Over 200 games on this list. Yeah. So this is going to be, like I said, a little different than my Let's Plays. I'm just going to start ranking these games from um, masterpiece to awful to haven't played. Although I'm not going to fill up the haven't played bar too much because I haven't really played every single game from that time period. So we're just going to get started. I pre-arranged some of the games already before I started recording this. Not in any particular order, it was just to get all the ones that I have played up here because look at that. Look at this! There's so many! There's just so many! But yeah, let's actually get started, and we'll start with the first one that got put on this list, Persona 5, and I'm going to put that as a masterpiece because yeah, Persona 5 is my favorite RPG at the moment, at least JRPG at the moment, I should say. What can I say? It's freaking amazing. The story, the gameplay, the characters, the art style, just everything about it is fantastic. It's a masterpiece. It's an actual masterpiece. Now, moving on, The Witcher 3, fucking, of course, it has to be a goddamn masterpiece. It's The Witcher, it's the freaking Witcher 3. Yeah. What else can you say about it? If you know, you know. And I'm just gonna start picking randomly. Like I said, I'm not gonna try and, make this a thing. Or just move it down from best to worst. So, as a random pick, I'm going to put Destiny. And as for that game, because I have nostalgia for it, I'm just gonna put it as good. It wasn't awful. It started off as average, but it eventually turned out to be good, and it eventually got a lot better. But as it stands, yeah, it got good. Let's see, Spyro Reignited trilogy. That's great. Just take three amazing games and remaster them, make them play a lot better than they used to. And that's all you got, really. It just looks so colorful, vibrant. The gameplay is amazing. Yeah, it's a great game. Same goes to Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, basically for the same reasons. Let's see. For Honor, I'm gonna put that as average. I played the game for a little bit, for a while. I went through most of the campaign, or what campaign it had, but I don't know, it just doesn't grab me like a bunch of other games. It's not awful, it's not terribly designed, for a Ubisoft game anyway, but I don't know, it just didn't speak to me like some other games did. So there you go. Let's see, Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm just grabbing what I can see on my screen here. I'm gonna put that under good, because the biggest thing holding it back is the goddamn story didn't conclude. They said it would conclude, and it didn't. But I'm not gonna hold too much against it because, like I said, the gameplay is absolutely phenomenal. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Let's see, Destroy All Humans. I'm gonna put that as average. I don't know why they put Destroy All Humans as coming in between 2014 and 2020. I'm assuming they mean the remaster. But I have played it. It was an alright game. It's got pretty outdated humor, and the gameplay isn't anything to write home about, but it's harmless enough. Let's see. What else do we got? Oh, Anthem. Is there any other place it can be? It's Anthem. Everything about that game is just terrible. And the fact that they keep trying to make it better, but it still keeps failing, is just a testament to how fucked the entire production of this game was. And speaking of fucked productions that ended up creating a masterpiece, Red Dead Redemption 2. Just grabbing, like I said. I know that game had a bit of a bad history with crunch, but listen, it made a fantastic game. I'm not condoning the fucking I'm not condoning the practice. I'm just saying the product we got was still amazing. So there we go. Let's see. Dark Souls 3, I'm gonna put under great. Doesn't quite reach the highs of some of FromSoft's games, but it's still a fantastic game because it's From Software. You know, can't really go wrong with them. Let's see, round and round and round. We pick Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. We'll put under average. The gameplay is fun, but it gets annoyingly repetitive, and it gets ridiculously grindy. And I mean, if you really want to go through the story of Dragon Ball Z again in a game that's not a fighting game, this is the one to do it, because it does it really well. But overall, it's not amazing. But if you want something that's not a fighting game, it's, you know, something good. Speaking of Dragon Ball Z fighting games, though, Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z, or Fighters, and that one I'm just gonna say is great, because it's one of the few fighting games I actually enjoy, number one. And number two, it's freaking Dragon Ball. How can you go wrong? Just the way they designed the gameplay around this fighting game system, it's easy to pick up, but to master it, you really gotta fucking learn how to play it. So let's keep on going here. The Last Guardian, average. The wait for this game just killed whatever hype was coming in to it. I tried playing it, and I really wanted to get into it, but it just did not want to grab me like Shadow of the Colossus or Eco did. So yeah, I'm sorry guys. The Last Guardian, it's not awful, but it's a couple years too late. Just leave it at that. Alright, let's see what more we got here. Batman Arkham Knight is a great game. I'm sorry, but it is great. A lot of people don't really like the Batmobile tank sections. I really enjoyed them. I still got to play around as Batman, you know? You still got to be the Batman and beat the shit out of people and all of that. And there's really nothing wrong with putting this at great, in my opinion. Ghost of Tsushima. I'm not gonna make any friends with this one, but I just thought it was great. I didn't think it was the masterpiece everyone wanted it. Everyone kept saying it was. The gameplay was good, even though I felt that there wasn't nearly enough variety in it. The story was... That's what killed me the most. The story just was so average. I mean, I get the whole point of it. I get, I get everything that happened. I get Jin's story. He's my favorite character in the whole thing, but that's it. He's the only character that I actually enjoyed, their story. Everyone else was kind of forgettable, except for Masako, but even then, that's just another general revenge story, in my opinion. And I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still really enjoyed my time playing with it, but it's not a game that I can see myself going back to. It's great. It's not a masterpiece to me, so we'll just leave it at that. Put the Batman Arkham games under great as well. Just put them next to each other. It doesn't really matter. They're about equal in my eyes in terms of quality. Except for Arkham Asylum, that one still feels kind of outdated by comparison, but that's only by comparison. On its own, it's still a fantastic game. Now, Watch Dogs was bad. Watch Dogs was bad. I really wanted to defend the game, but after replaying it a while ago, I couldn't. It was just bad. Like, it wasn't the worst thing ever, but when you factor in Watch Dogs 2 or Watch Dogs Legion, it's very clear that there was a lot they could have done to make it better. So, there's that. Shadow of War, we'll put under average. I couldn't really get into Shadow of War like I did Shadow of Mordor. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the lore, they kind of kept fucking up the lore left and right, but it just, I don't know. It didn't really do it for me. Now, as we keep going, we're going to put Cyberpunk 2077 under... I would call it great if it weren't for the bugs. Because the gameplay, the story, the characters, I really enjoyed them. The only thing holding it back is those freaking bugs. Just, holy crap, it was awful at launch. It didn't deter me from the game, but good God, guys. Should have taken your time. Should have just taken that little bit more time to finish it. Alright. Detroit Become Human. I'm going to put that under great. Because it's David Cage's best game. His most restrained game, if that even tells you anything. But I really enjoyed what I played of it. I liked the story outcomes that I got. Well, most of them anyway. I accidentally killed Kara. I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, it was good. It was great. I really enjoyed it. I dare say I enjoyed it more than Heavy Rain, and I fucking love Heavy Rain. Super Mario Odyssey is a masterpiece. It's one of the best Mario games to have ever come out in recent memory. Still never going to reach the heights of Super Mario Galaxy, in my opinion, but it's up there. It is up there. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was good. It was good. It got extremely repetitive because, you know, it's a Ubisoft game and they have to make you grind for everything, but the story was fun. Learning about ancient Greece was amazing. The gameplay, you know, it continued from Origins, which, where the fuck is Origins? Oh, it's right here. I'd put it on the same tier. These two have basically the same gameplay. The modern day story is Origins first, and then Odyssey continues it. And they both basically have the same style of gameplay. The stories were good, but not amazing. They both got really repetitive after a while, but they were both really good, solid fun. And that's all I'll say about that. They brought the Assassin's Creed series back from the brink, in my opinion. Alright. Infamous Second Son. Yeah, I'm putting that on average. I really wanted to like it more, but the fact of the matter is, it was so much fun to play as both evil and good in Infamous 1 and 2. But Infamous Second Son, I just could not stand Dickhead Delson. He was just not a fun character. Because of the way they established his character as kind of a rebel, but good-hearted overall. And with Cole McGrath, you know, he didn't really have much of a personality. So it made sense to kind of make him either good or evil, because, you know, you could do it however you wanted, because he's as close to a blank slate as you could get, for the most part. But yeah, fun game for what it was. I wish it were longer, also, but the gameplay was fun. Traversing through the city was really fun. And I don't know what else to say, honestly. Other than Spider-Man being another great freaking game. The story kind of dragged a little in the middle. That's the only thing holding it back. But, fuck, it was so much fun. Best swinging mechanics since Spider-Man 2 and Ultimate Spider-Man. Great combat. Great stealth mechanics, just amazing characters all around. I love this version of Peter. I love this version of MJ. I loved what they did with Doc Ock. It was amazing. It literally blew me away when I first played it. Let's see. Ratchet and Clank I'm going to put under good. And this is the 2016 remake. The first game was a lot more fun because it had a bit of a different sense of humor, or at least it had more of a sense of humor, I should say. the story tried to take itself a little more seriously than it really needed to, because it's Ratchet and Clank. This is a game that thrives on adult and toilet humor, and if that's not your thing, that's not your thing. But it's just better. It's just the first trilogy is just better. Let's see. Oh, down here, Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm just gonna put that under good. It was way too short. Way too freaking short. And correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of the story beats felt way too freaking similar to the original Spider-Man. Not saying that's a bad thing, but this is Miles Morales. He's a different Spider-Man. Give him something just a little different. My goodness. But the gameplay was a lot of fun. I love the static electrical powers that he had. I like the different types of traversal, the updated traversal system. I dare say it's even better than this one, but just overall, as an overall package, I really wish they would have done more with this game. Let's see. The Last of Us Remastered. Need I say more? Is a fucking masterpiece. The original game was a masterpiece in itself, but they remastered it, put it in 60 frames per second, just added the Left Behind DLC. It's just... What more can I say? It's a masterpiece. What can I say that hasn't already been said? Death Stranding. It was a great game. I know a lot of people didn't really like it because they found it boring. I enjoyed the shit out of it after playing it for the second time because I didn't understand everything the first time. But yeah, I only say the second time because, like I said, it's Hideo Kojima. You kind of have to really do your best to understand his games either the first time or just play it again and try to get it. Let's see. Shovel Knight. Yeah, it's a good game. I enjoy it as a cute little platformer. And it's a really fun game to try and to get through. A little hard, but what else is new for these kind of games? For those kind of platformer type deals. Outer Worlds, I would consider good. There's something about it, and I know it's Obsidian that made the game, but I feel like they tried to copy too much of what Bethesda was trying to do. In terms of the morality system of it, I know they repeated the whole faction alliance deal from New Vegas, and it worked there. But I still feel like they still tried to copy some of what Bethesda tried to do with Fallout 4, which, by the way, Fallout 4 is bad. I saw it on there, and yeah, Fallout 4 is bad. I didn't really care for it. It's just... it's not an RPG, it's a shooter. They just kept dumbing down the RPG elements in both the mechanics and even in the freaking story, because who you ally with doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because all roads lead to the same path, leads to the same destination, and I'm sorry, it just did not grab me. But yeah, Outer Worlds, they copied a few too many mistakes from Fallout 4, in my opinion. But it's still a game made by Obsidian. It's still already better than Fallout 4, but it's not awful. It's just bad. But as for games that are great, Sekiro. FromSoft did a different thing with Sekiro, and it fucking worked. Like, it fucking works. The characters are fantastic. The gameplay, once you get the hang of it, it's amazing. But shit, it's just so good. So good. Until Dawn, I thought it was bad. I'm sorry. It just... I'm not a fan of teen slasher movies. Why would you want me to play a game that's a choose-your-own-adventure teen slasher movie? I just... No. No, none of those characters were good. None of them were good people. Why did I want any of them to survive? I wanted the Wendigo to fucking kill them all. To get the bad taste of that out of my mouth. Nier Automata, masterpiece. Amazing gameplay, amazing story, amazing characters, amazing everything. Just Yeah, Nier Automata is a fantastic fucking game. And whenever I get the chance, I'm actually going to continue that one on my personal Let's Play channel. Um, yeah. As for games that are also masterpieces, because I see it right here. Hello, God of War. That is also a masterpiece. I don't know. The game is amazing. And to all the people that are, trying to overanalyze the story and say it's not good, it's never about the plot in God of War. It's about the goddamn characters. Things happen to the characters that allow them to grow, so don't worry about what happens in the plot. It's just there as a vehicle for these characters to grow and become better. As for games that are great, Horizon Zero Dawn. So close to being a masterpiece, if it weren't for the fact that I really wish some of the characters were a bit more memorable, aside from Aloy and Rost and King Avad. And Silence. Those are the only characters I really cared about. Everyone else was kind of a throwaway because their personalities just were not that fantastical, I should say. But yeah, it was an amazing game. I cannot wait till Horizon Forbidden West. Let's see. Doom. Another great game. It's just so much fucking fun to rip and tear. And the remake combines all the best elements of the past with all the best elements of the current era. And yeah, I don't know what more to say. Days Gone is average. Nothing else I'm going to say about that. It's just the story is just so painfully average. It put me to sleep. And the gameplay wasn't really too much to write home about, so really, I didn't really care for Days Gone. Bloodborne I just saw as another masterpiece, because Bloodborne is fucking fantastic. It's my favorite of FromSoft's titles, and we're just going to leave it at that. The Last of Us Part 2 is great. So close to being a masterpiece. If it wasn't for the pacing issues of the story down the middle, and really that's my only gripe. The pacing was a little off compared to The Last of Us 1's near perfect pacing. But no, the hate for Abby is a bit unjustified in my opinion. The story itself is great. People are slowly starting to understand it a little more lately, but I still see the haters, and it just pisses me off because you don't get it. This is one of those games I legitimately have to say, you did not get it the first time. As for more great games, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, really good. Really great, actually. I do hate the item degradation mechanic, but as far as a free-roaming Zelda game goes, you can't really go wrong with this one. Uncharted 4, also great. And as a caveat, we're going to put all the rest of them in there, as well as Uncharted. That's not a masterpiece, I'm sorry. Lost Legacy, all three of them kind of fit all in one umbrella because they're all freaking great. Same goes for Control. It's another freaking great game. Oh no, this is Titanfall. Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is good. It was just way too short. It was way too short. Far Cry 5 is average. I wish I could have liked the story just a little bit better. Really. I really wish I could have liked the story just that much better. But as it stands right now, it's just average. It does not. Oh shit. Yeah, ignore that. I decided to hit a button on my controller, and now I'm watching Hulu instead of playing Ni no Kuni on my PlayStation. And yes, this is a completely off the cuff. This whole entire video is just off script. Alright, let's continue with Jedi Fallen Order. It's a great game. Absolutely love it. And now the games have disappeared. I'm going to have to start scrolling. I hate doing that, but what else can you do? Let's see. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. It's a good game. It would be better if it weren't for the fact that completing getting 100% is something I refuse to attempt. Because holy shit, I have seen what the completionist had to suffer through, and hell no, I am not going through that. I usually love trying to complete Crash Bandicoot games. That is a nightmare. Destiny 2, I'm going to put under, right now, it's a great game. When it started, like I said, it was in the painfully average section along with the first Destiny. The first Destiny kind of ended up being good. Destiny 2 is at the great stage at this point. Now, what more? Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's a great remake. It's just fun to play. The gameplay is fantastic. Everything about it. They updated the story really well. Only thing I really didn't like were those freaking ghosts, but shit. Everything else, as long as they can keep up that level of quality with the rest of the parts, yeah, I foresee this being one of the greatest games of a generation. Of 2 generations at this point. Holy crap. Neo is good. Not quite on the level of a Souls-like, but it's still really fun. Really, really fun to play. Same goes with Neo 2. Where did I put you? I had Neo 2 on here. Where did I put you? I know I had it. Neo 2 came out at the same time, so why aren't you showing up on here? Screw it. And just to put a few games on that I haven't played because I don't like leaving it alone. City Skylines, Lego Jurassic World, Madden, because I refuse to play Madden games. I still haven't played Watch Dogs Legion. Little Big Planet 3 I haven't played. NBA 2K, same thing with Madden. I don't like playing sports games. So I'll just leave that. Super Hot is a great game. It's so fun. The friggin' time travel mechanics that it has. Just, man, so good. It makes it so fun. Just so much fun. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Don't go away. Modern Warfare is a great game. That story is one of the better Call of Duty stories I have played in a long time. Oh, there's Neo 2. I'm going to put you under the same category because they're both good. Neither is really amazing. Both can actually get a lot harder than freaking Souls at times, and that's kind of annoying. But speaking of games that are also masterpieces, I'm just doing a quick scroll here to put it up here. Shadow of the Colossus, masterpiece. Has been since 2006, and even the remaster that they did for PS4 hasn't changed that. It's phenomenal. SpongeBob SquarePants, Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. It's great. I remember playing the original when I was a kid, and they basically remade this one to a T. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, good because I really enjoyed the story. It plays like any other Call of Duty, honestly. Black Ops 3 was meh. I just really call it meh because the story didn't really capture me. Advanced Warfare was bad. The story wasn't anything to write home about, and the fact that Kevin Spacey is in it just leaves a really terrible taste in my mouth that I want to go away. Control is another great game. It's just so much fun. Story is a bit obtuse if you don't really pay attention. But if you do pay attention, it's actually really fun. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Same great game as it used to be. Just stop clicking on stuff, damn it. And let's see. I have played a bit of Apex Legends. It's a good game. I haven't played it enough to really consider it, amazing or anything else, but from what I have played, it's just really fucking good. So, yeah, can't really say much else to that. And as for the rest of these titles, so many of them, and I haven't played all of them, honestly. And if I put them onto the haven't played pile, the whole thing won't take up my screen. But here you go. This is my tier list of the games from 2014 to 2020 that I have played or haven't played, just to fill the space here. And just to show you that, hey, this is what I think about most of them. If you see an opinion that you disagree with, just know that this list is purely my opinion, and that, this is just how I view things. So this has been a bit of a different video for everyone, but I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want me to do more of these, I will be happy to. So until next time, guys, this has been Gamer First Class, signing off. Thanks, and have a good day.